Welcome to my channel Liberty Old Coin and History Enthusiasts. Today, we're diving into the story of a small piece of Australian history that's resting, perhaps forgotten, in drawers and collections right now. First up, we have to journey back to a pivotal moment. The year 1966 was a revolution in Australian pockets. The country said goodbye to the old pounds and shillings and embraced the vibrant new decimal currency. This coin is a first-generation pioneer from that historic change. The 20-cent piece from 1966 holds a distinct and profound honor. It was the very first 20-cent denomination ever struck for Australia as a decimal nation. That fact alone places it in a special category of numismatic significance, a true foundational piece. Its design is iconic, featuring the work of Stuart Devlin. We see a majestic platypus, that unique and enigmatic creature that symbolizes Australia's extraordinary natural heritage. This isn't just an animal. It's a statement of national identity minted in metal. On the obverse, we find the portrait of a young Queen Elizabeth II, a familiar and enduring symbol. This design specifically marks the early era of her reign and the dawn of this new Australian monetary system, creating a powerful historical confluence. Now, let's address the question burning in your mind. Is this coin truly valuable? The answer is a resounding yes, but with a crucial caveat. Its value is not as everyday currency, but as a coveted collectible. Its worth is measured in its story, its rarity, and its condition. The intrigue begins with mintage numbers. While many were made, the true gems are those in absolute pristine, untouched condition. Coins that have never been jostled in a purse or pocket, known as mint state examples, are the ones that command serious attention. Demand is a huge driver. Collectors worldwide seek out key dates and pristine examples from the inaugural decimal year. A 1966 20-cent piece in top condition is a centerpiece for any collection focused on modern Australian history or decimal coinage. This coin represents more than metal. It is a tangible souvenir from the day Australia stepped confidently into a new economic future. Holding one is holding the excitement and transformation of February 14, 1966. Decimal Currency Day. The market for such coins is active and passionate. Auction houses and specialist dealers regularly see competitive bidding for high-grade specimens. This isn't a stagnant market. It's fueled by a deep appreciation for national heritage and numismatic art. So what is the maximum value? For a standard circulated example, it may hold a modest premium. However, for a flawless mint state coin, particularly one with excellent luster and no imperfections, values can soar into the hundreds of dollars. In exceptional cases, a gem-quality 1966 20-cent piece with a superb radiant finish and original mint brilliance has been known to achieve prices approaching $1,000 or more at prestigious auctions. The ceiling is set by perfection and provenance. This potential makes checking your change or old coin jars an exciting prospect. You are not looking for mere spending money. You are searching for a hidden artifact of Australia's modern founding, a silent witness to history. Imagine the stories this coin could tell if it could speak. From the mint to a nation's first decimal transactions, it facilitated the birth of contemporary Australia. That narrative is intrinsically valuable and fuels its desirability. For the astute collector or the lucky finder, this coin represents a smart opportunity. Numismatic assets with such a clear and important historical backdrop have a strong record of being cherished and appreciating in esteem over the long term. Your mission is clear. Begin the hunt. Examine any old 20-cent coins you have with a new, discerning eye. Look for the 1966 date. Handle it carefully by the edges and assess its shine and preservation. You might be overlooking a small fortune. This is not merely a piece of currency. It is a legacy in silver, a first edition symbol of a national milestone. Its value is cemented in its historic first, its beautiful design, and the unwavering passion of the collecting community. Do not underestimate what you may possess. The 1966 20-cent coin is a valuable key to the past and a potentially lucrative asset for the future. The maximum reward awaits those who recognize its true worth and preserve its story for generations to come. Next coin, the 1967 Australian 20-cent coin, bearing the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II and the iconic platypus, is a fascinating subject for any collector or history enthusiast. Its story is woven into the fabric of a nation still celebrating its new monetary identity. While the groundbreaking 1966 issue captured the initial launch, the 1967 coin represents the first full year of a confident, operational decimal system. This coin circulated as Australia fully embraced its new currency, making it a direct witness to that era of daily economic transition and national adaptation. Its historical significance is undeniable, serving as a year-two pillar in the foundational narrative of modern Australian coinage, a tangible piece of the decimal story's first chapter. Understanding its value requires a deep dive into the nuances of numismatics, where condition is the ultimate king. A well-worn, circulated 1967 20-cent piece, while historically interesting, carries a modest premium over its face value, often considered an affordable piece of history for new collectors. The true potential and remarkable value lie exclusively in coins of exceptional, unimpaired preservation. We are talking about coins that have never seen the inside of a pocket or a cash register, specimens that retain their full, original mint brilliance. These are categorized as mint state coins, and their grade on the professional Sheldon scale, from MS 60 up to the flawless MS 70, dictates their market destiny entirely. The market for high-grade decimal coins is exceptionally robust and has shown a consistent trajectory of growth, driven by passionate collectors seeking the finest examples. For a 1967 20-cent in superb mint state condition, perhaps graded MS 66 or MS 67 by a reputable service like PCGS or NGC, the current value is already substantial. Such a coin, with blazing luster, sharp strikes, and minimal contact marks, can confidently command prices in the range of several $100s on the current market. This is not speculative. It is the established value for a certified top-tier example of this issue, reflecting its status as a premier collectible. When we discuss the absolute maximum potential value, we enter the realm of numismatic perfection. The pinnacle would be a coin graded MS 68 or higher, a virtually flawless example with phenomenal eye appeal, original cartwheel luster, and no discernible imperfections. Coins at this celestial level of preservation are exceedingly rare for any circulation strike from the 1960s. For a 1967 20-cent in such a pristine state, the maximum achievable value in today's auction environment could reach into the high hundreds, and for a once-in-a-lifetime specimen, potentially challenge the $1,000 mark. This represents the absolute ceiling for a standard 1967 issue, a prize reserved for the finest known examples. It is crucial to distinguish this from rare error coins or varieties, which have their own stratospheric markets. Our focus is on the standard 1967 business strike, the coin people actually used. Its future value trajectory is intrinsically linked to the growing appreciation for high-quality decimal coinage as a legitimate and valuable asset class. As more collectors enter the market, competing for the finite number of top-grade specimens, the principle of supply and demand exerts powerful upward pressure. The pool of gem-quality 1967 20-cent coins is not increasing. It is permanently fixed, while collector demand continues to expand both domestically and internationally. This coin's future is not a question of if it will be valuable, but how valuable it can become. Historical precedent in numismatics consistently shows that key-date coins in the highest grades appreciate significantly over the long term. As the foundational years of Australian decimal currency gain even more historical prestige, coins like the 1967 20-cent are perfectly positioned to benefit. They are not relics of antiquity. They are modern heirlooms with a clear and compelling story, making them highly accessible and desirable to successive generations of collectors. Therefore, dismissing a 1967 20-cent as mere common change is a profound oversight. In circulated condition, it is an accessible entry point. But in uncirculated condition, it is a blue-chip numismatic asset. The opportunity lies in recognition and preservation. The hunt for these high-grade examples is a thrilling pursuit, one that combines historical detective work with the potential for substantial financial reward. Every old coin roll searched, every inherited collection examined, could reveal one of these hidden gems, patiently waiting to be discovered and appreciated for its true worth. Your task is to approach every 1967 20-cent you encounter not as 20 cents, but as a candidate for a significant find. Examine it under good light, looking for that original, unbroken luster and the absence of wear on the platypus's bill and tail. Consider professional grading for any coin that appears exceptional, as third-party certification is the key that unlocks its maximum market value and credibility. This process transforms a coin from a curious object into a bankable, liquid asset in the global collectibles market. The narrative of the 1967 coin is one of consolidation and establishment, a vital sequel to the 1966 premiere. This context adds a layer of depth to its collectability, making it an essential piece for anyone seeking a complete year set of the early decimal era. It represents stability and the successful implementation of a national project, a symbolism that resonates deeply with collectors who appreciate the full story. This historical weight, combined with pristine condition, creates an irresistible package for serious buyers. Current auction results and price guides clearly validate this outlook, consistently showing strong realized prices for certified high-grade examples. The market has spoken, and it affirms that quality is paramount. The investment is not merely in the metal, but in the state of preservation and the historical significance it represents. This coin is a tangible piece of a nation's financial evolution, and preserving that history in its most perfect form commands a premium that will only grow more pronounced with time. Imagine the journey of a mint-state 1967 20-cent, carefully stored and protected for decades, now emerging as a testament to both its era and its owner's foresight. That is the powerful narrative you could be holding. Its value is a combination of metallic content, artistic design, historical importance, and most critically, a pristine condition that tells a story of immediate preservation, of being saved from the ordinary fate of circulation. The ceiling for this coin's value is not a fixed number, but a horizon that expands with the market. As wealth grows and more individuals seek alternative tangible assets, historically significant coins in flawless condition become a compelling store of value. The 1967 20-cent, as a key early decimal issue from a major economy, is perfectly positioned within this trend. Its maximum value in the future could easily surpass today's impressive benchmarks, setting new records for the issue as collector enthusiasm reaches new peaks. This is not a speculative bubble, but a steady appreciation based on fundamental numismatic principles. Rarity in condition, enduring demand, and a significant historical backdrop form a triple foundation for lasting value. The 1967 20-cent possesses all three attributes in compelling measure. It is a coin whose time for recognition is not in the past, but actively unfolding in the present and future as each new generation discovers the importance of Australia's decimal dawn. Therefore, to ask if the 1967 20-cent can be valuable in the future is to ask if history will remain important, if quality will continue to be cherished, and if scarcity will always drive desire. The resounding answer to all three is yes. Its trajectory is upward, and its potential is limited only by the grade of the specific coin in question. The highest grades offer the highest financial ceilings, creating a direct correlation between preservation and profit. Begin your search with renewed focus and educated eyes. That jar of old coins, that inherited collection from a relative, could very well harbor a 1967 20-cent of breathtaking quality. The difference between a common coin and a valuable one is often just a decision made decades ago to set it aside carefully. You could be the beneficiary of that decision, or you could make that decision now for the future. The maximum prize is substantial, already measured in the hundreds of dollars for superior examples, with the proven potential to climb even higher. This is a tangible asset with a liquid market and a passionate community of buyers. It represents a smart fusion of historical passion and financial acumen. Owning a high-grade example is not just owning a coin. It is holding a museum-quality piece of Australian history that the market is willing to reward handsomely. Second coin, the 1976 Australian 20-cent coin, featuring the enduring portrait of Queen Elizabeth II and the distinctive platypus design, represents a fascinating and often overlooked segment of decimal coinage history. Its story unfolds in a decade where Australia's monetary system had matured, moving beyond the novelty of the 1966 introduction into a period of steady circulation and national identity. This coin was minted as part of the essential machinery of everyday commerce, a workhorse of the economy during a vibrant and transformative era in the nation's history. The year 1976 itself resonates with a specific cultural moment, placing this coin as a tangible relic from a distinct point in the late 20th century, a silent participant in the transactions of that specific year. Understanding the demand for this particular coin requires a nuanced perspective on the collector's market. While it is accurate to say the 1976 issue is not a rare date in a general sense, this statement completely misses the critical point that defines modern numismatics. The number of people seeking to buy a standard circulated 1976 20-cent is relatively low, as millions were produced. However, this changes dramatically and decisively when we shift our focus to the condition of the coin. The passionate, dedicated, and financially active segment of the collecting community is not broadly seeking any 1976 20-cent. They are competitively pursuing examples in exceptional, pristine condition. This target audience, though smaller in number, is vastly more motivated and willing to commit significant resources to acquire the finest specimens. The current value landscape for this coin is therefore a tale of two realities. A worn, circulated piece holds mainly its face value as a historical curiosity. The true and compelling value emerges exclusively in the realm of mint state preservation. For a 1976 20-cent that has never been used, that retains its full, original mint luster and sharpness, the market is active and respectful. In certified high grades, such as MS 66 or MS 67, this coin can currently command values ranging from $50 to well over $150, a substantial premium that reflects its status as a quality collectible rather than mere spent currency. To question if its value is really high or low is to ask the wrong question. The correct inquiry is about its potential. For a standard business strike in flawless condition, the value is genuinely high within its series. The maximum achievable price for a 1976 20-cent rests entirely on the pinnacle of preservation. We are discussing coins graded MS 68 or above, specimens that are virtually perfect representatives of that year's mintage. In such extraordinary condition, a 1976 20-cent transforms from a common date into a numismatic rarity, with a maximum value that can reach into the high hundreds of dollars. This ceiling is reserved for those superlative examples that represent the absolute best of the year. The history of this coin's creation is rooted in continuous demand. It was struck by the Royal Australian Mint in Canberra to fulfill the ongoing need for robust, high-denomination circulating coinage. The 20-cent piece, with its distinctive shape and substantial feel, was a cornerstone of the decimal system. The year 1976 saw no special design changes, which is precisely what makes high-grade examples so important. They represent the perfect execution of a standard design during a period of routine but masterful minting. This coin was built for commerce, but it is preserved for posterity by discerning collectors. The reason for its existence was purely functional, yet this very functionality is what creates the scarcity of pristine examples. The vast majority of these coins entered circulation, fulfilling their economic purpose and acquiring the wear and marks of everyday life. This widespread circulation is the very factor that makes an uncirculated example so special and desirable. Its survival in that state was not accidental. It was often the result of intentional saving, perhaps from a mint roll or a newly opened bank bag, making it a deliberate time capsule from 1976. The number of collectors who actively want to buy a top-tier 1976 20-cent is significant within the specialized community of Australian decimal enthusiasts. These are individuals building registry sets, seeking the finest examples from every year, or focusing on the platypus series. Their demand is concentrated and intense, often played out in competitive online auctions and specialist dealer sales. This is not a diffuse or casual interest. It is a targeted pursuit of quality, and for the right coin, these buyers are both eager and present. Therefore, labeling this coin as low value is a critical error that overlooks the fundamental driver of numismatic worth, conditional rarity. While the date is common, the state of preservation is not. Every coin that's circulated diminishes the pool of potential gem-quality specimens, increasing the relative rarity and, consequently, the value of those that survive untouched. This principle guarantees that as time progresses, the divergence in value between a circulated coin and an uncirculated one will only widen dramatically. The future value trajectory for a high-grade 1976 20-cent is positively inclined. As the collecting population grows and more people seek to own the best, the competition for these already scarce top-condition coins will intensify. Historical data from numismatic markets consistently demonstrates that coins which are common in circulation but rare in mint state tend to appreciate steadily as they are recognized and cherry-picked from the available supply. Your 1976 20-cent, if preserved in such a state, is not a static asset but one with clear growth potential. Your opportunity lies in the act of recognition and evaluation. The crucial step is to examine any 1976 20-cent coin you encounter not for its date alone, but for its surface quality, its luster, and its sharpness. Look for the absence of any wear on the highest points of the platypus design and the complete presence of its original cartwheel effect when tilted under light. This simple examination is the difference between overlooking 20 cents and identifying an asset worth 100 times that amount or more. The market has established a clear price structure that rewards quality without reservation. Current sales data from reputable auction houses and price guides confirm that certified examples in MS 67 and above achieve prices that would astonish those unfamiliar with the premium placed on perfection. This is not speculation. It is a settled fact of the collectibles market. The 1976 20-cent, in its ultimate form, is a valuable commodity with a liquid and ready audience of buyers. Imagine the narrative of a perfect 1976 coin, shielded from the marks of commerce for decades, now emerging as a benchmark for that year's issue. That story of preservation is a story of value creation. It represents a confluence of luck and foresight, resulting in an object that has transcended its original purpose to become a piece of numismatic art and a store of significant value. This is the powerful reality you could be holding in your possession. The maximum prize, as established, is not a fantasy, but a documented reality for the superlative few. While not every 1976 20-cent will reach this zenith, the existence of this price ceiling defines the opportunity. It sets a tangible goal and confirms that the pursuit of quality is a financially rational endeavor. Your task is to ascertain where your coin falls on that spectrum, with the understanding that even a step into the lower mint state grades unlocks a value far beyond face value. Dismissing this coin outright is to surrender potential gain to the more knowledgeable and observant collector. The numismatic landscape is filled with stories of common-date coins discovered in extraordinary condition, turning a routine find into a small windfall. The 1976 20-cent is a prime candidate for such a discovery, waiting in old collections, rolls, or even inherited jars of coins that haven't been examined through a modern collector's lens. Its value is high because the market for quality is insatiable. As more collectors enter the hobby, they are educated to seek the best, not just the oldest. This coin represents an affordable yet prestigious entry into high-grade decimal collecting, making its demand persistent and growing. It is a cornerstone for a type set, a year set, or a thematic collection focused on Australian wildlife, ensuring its relevance and desirability for generations of collectors to come. Therefore, the question of how many people want to buy it is best answered by stating that the right people, with significant resources and focused intent, are actively in the market for the right example. Your mission is to determine if you possess that right example. The process is straightforward: careful examination, possible professional grading, and then engagement with the appropriate market channels to realize its full and considerable worth. 4-coin 1977 Australian 20-cent coin, featuring Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II and the iconic platypus design by Stuart Devlin, is not just a piece of pocket change. For the passionate collector, it represents a slice of numismatic history that people around the world seek to own. Numberisbid.com. Imagine holding a coin minted in Canberra nearly half a century ago. Its copper-nickel gleam whispering stories of an era when decimal currency was still new in Australia. This is a coin that connects you directly to history, and because of that connection, Serious collectors see value far beyond its face. OnlineCoin.club. Today, 1977 20-cent pieces appear in collections from Japan to Europe to North America. And every time one comes up for sale in exceptional condition, it draws strong interest from enthusiasts who want that exact year to complete a set. NumberIsBid.com. When you think about value, it's not just about how many were originally minted. Though the 1977 issue had over 40 million struck, which makes it common in circulation, it's about how many survive today in pristine, uncirculated condition. Those survivors are treasured. Pheronum. In the world of grading and numismatics, a mint condition, 1977 coin that's never been handled, never been worn, and has beautifully sharp details can command attention. Collectors will pay hundreds of dollars for a piece that looks brand new. Note, this does not mention specific sold prices, but reflects the enthusiasm seen in listings. eBay Australia. Beyond ordinary condition pieces, there are rare varieties that send serious collectors into a frenzy. Coins with minor striking variations or certification from professional grading services are seen as premium treasures. When a coin is graded by a respected service and receives a top score, its desirability and value can skyrocket. AllNewMiz.com. Imagine a truly flawless 1977 Australian 20-cent coin, slabbed and graded at the highest level by a leading grading company. These coins can attract offers that would make any collector's eyes widen, especially when a bidding war breaks out among dedicated numismatists. AllNewMiz.com. When you list your coin on dedicated auction platforms that specialize in world coins, such as heritage auctions or specialized eBay listings, you are placing it in front of a global audience who know exactly what they're looking at and what they want to pay. eBay Australia. Platforms like eBay Australia and international coin auction houses are where serious collectors shop, and where your 1977 coin could attract offers far above what casual sellers imagine, especially if you take time to photograph every detail and describe its condition precisely. eBay Australia. The secret to maximum value isn't just ownership, it's presentation. Keep your coin in a sealed protective holder, away from fingerprints, scratches, or environmental damage. Presentation matters because collectors pay for perfection. NumberIceCorner.com. Now picture your coin graded and certified, collectors around the world studying its luster and strike quality, and then placing bids that stretch into the high hundreds or even more because they see rarity where others see small metal. AllNewMiz.com. Even though most 1977 coins circulate every day in wallets and jars, it only takes one with that perfect eye appeal and certification to turn a simple 20-cent piece into a prized collectible that can bring in a remarkable sum when sold to the right buyer. NumberIsBid.com. For sellers, the key is patience and exposure. Don't just list it once. Use online marketplaces that allow international bids, join coin forums and communities, and engage with numismatic groups that specialize in Australian decimal coins. eBay Australia. When you talk about value with fellow collectors, enthusiasm builds. Stories of auction results, rare graded pieces, and the pride of adding a unique 1977 to a world coin collection inspire more activity in the market. AllNewMiz.com. And for you, holding onto that coin while you learn more about grading and the market can be a brilliant strategy. Coins that sit quietly while collectors' interests grow often become more valuable over time. AllNewMiz.com. If you decide to sell, timing is everything. Auction cycles, coin shows, and peak collecting seasons can all influence how much you ultimately receive for your coin. Seek advice from experienced dealers before choosing where and when to sell. eBay Australia. Don't underestimate the power of community either. Sharing your coin on social media groups and collector platforms can spark interest you never expected, especially if your coin has exceptional characteristics that others admire. eBay Australia. There's something truly thrilling about knowing that a small piece of metal from 1977 can hold not just historical significance, but real monetary appeal, a tangible link between past and present that collectors around the world value deeply. OnlineCoin.club. So cherish your 1977 20-cent coin, keep it protected, and be confident that with the right care, presentation, and marketplace exposure, you're holding a piece that serious collectors will compete to own. eBay Australia. Today's coin collectors aren't just buying metal, They're buying history, artistry, and the excitement of owning something that connects them to a global community of treasure seekers. OnlineCoin.club.